Hello everyone, welcome to Mind Maps. In this video lecture, we are discussing Hunt's rule. Okay, in the previous lecture, we were discussing the pigeonhole diagram for P2 and then we found a few term symbols. Okay, so these term symbols are all many, right? So there has to be one for ground state. What is ground state? Ground state is the one that has the minimum energy level. So what will be the one that has the minimum energy? Okay, among these terms, what will be the one that will have the minimum energy? Okay, so that is what we are trying to do through this. So the Hund's rule says that when we have more than one term symbols for any arrangement, okay, for P2 here we are discussing for P2, and this is how we are solving it through the Hund's rule. We'll arrange these term symbols in order of increasing energy. It says the value of R should be maximum. So among these three term symbols for P2, what is the maximum? What is R? First of all, you need to know what is R. So this is R. Okay. So when you want to find the value of ground state, what is the ground state? So what you will consider? You will first see which one of these has the maximum value of R. Okay. So the maximum value of R is this. Okay. This one. So this will be the ground state. Okay. Just I'm highlighting this. Right. Now next, even in this you can see there are variations in P. Okay, what will be the ground state? Is it okay if it's just 3P210? No, it will either be 3P2 or 3P1 or 3P0. But then again, we are also considering the arrangement of all the terms, right? Of all the terms from lower to higher or higher to lower. So we know that the ground state will have a term that will have the value of spin multiplicity as 3, and in this only the P symbols have this kind of R, okay, the maximum value of R. So for finding the next bifurcation, okay, what is the next value that we consider for if we are confused and we still have multiple options to choose from? Okay, so after that, we consider the maximum value of L for what? Not for maximum energy, but for ground state. Okay. So P D has a value of 2, P has a value of 1, and S has a value of 0. So among these, which one is maximum? Right? D. Okay. D. So let me just highlight it. This is the maximum value, and when we what this means is it will not take over the value of R. Okay, this is a second. Suppose suppose we have the maximum value of R is same. Suppose we had two things that had 3. Okay, so this is the maximum. Suppose we had 3P and 3D, right? So then what would you have chosen in this case? So this is what is considered. Okay, when this value is same, then you go to the next rule. Okay, so in this rule, it clearly looks like that D is preferred over P and S. But this comes after that. Okay, so when we arrange these symbols, we'll see how this is happening. Now after this, even in 3P210, we have three values of J. Okay, we have three values of J, right? We have 0, 1, and 2. So among these, what we'll consider? We consider the minimum value of J. Okay, and this is also less than half filled, so we consider minimum value of J. So we are in a position now to arrange these values. Okay, so you have to tell me what will be the ground state. So let me write it down. Okay, so what will be the ground state? What is the maximum value of R? Okay, that will be the ground state. Okay, so 3 is maximum, so we'll write 3P. Okay, 3P. We won't write 2 or 1 or 0, then that part will come later on. Okay, now we know that what will be the next energy, what will be the first energy level, okay, the ground state. So in 3p we have three options, either it will be 3p2, 3p1 or 3p0. So what we'll consider here, the minimum value of j, so we'll take 0. So it will be 3p0. And after this term what will come? Again we'll have 3p. So among 1 and 2, which one is smaller? 1, right? So we'll write 3p1. And after that we'll have 3p2. So we are done with first three terms. P is done. For the second part, we have these two terms left, 1d2 and 1 as 0. So among these, which is preferred? You know the value of r is 0. Okay, so let me take another color. So among 1d2 and 1 as 0, which one has the maximum value of r? R is same. Okay, this is same. What is different? J is also different and the L is also different, but we don't consider J at the last. So D is different and S is different. So which one is preferred? We take the maximum value. So what we'll have next is 1D2. Okay. And now we don't have another term. So we don't have to go to the third rule. We can simply write 1 as 0. Right? So this is the sequence that we are seeing here. Okay, first we have to see the spin multiplicity. We take the maximum value of r. If that value is same, then we take the maximum value of L, and if that is same, we take minimum J or maximum J based on how much it is filled. Right? So let us now calculate the number of energy levels. Okay, how many energy levels are there? How will we do that? Do you have a guess? How do we calculate the number of energy levels? Total energy levels. What will be the total energy terms? Okay, so total number of energy terms, it is given by 2s plus 1 and 2l plus 1. This is what we take. So the maximum value of s was 1. So 2 into 1 plus 1 multiplied by 2l plus 1. Okay, what was the maximum value of L? 2 into 2 plus 1. Okay, so we have 3 multiplied by 5 is equal to 15. So total number of energy levels for both parallel spin and opposite spin will be 15. How do we make that bifurcation? Slide, you can see I have arranged the ground state. Okay, this is the ground state and these are the successive, okay, state of increasing energy. Okay, right? So for 1 is 0. Okay, for 1 is 0, let us calculate how many energy states we have, right? So we have 2j plus 1. What will be that? 2j plus 1 is 2 into 0 plus 1. We have 1 energy state. And for 1d2, we have 2j plus 1 is equal to 2 into 2 plus 1. What we have? 5 energy states. And for 3p, Okay, for 3p, what we'll have? 2 into 2 plus 1 again, 5, 5 combinations. And then for 3p1, how many? 1 into 1 plus 1 is 3. 1, 2, 3. And then for 0, 1 into 0 plus 1, 1. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to count all of these. So this is 1, this is 5, 5, 3 and 1. So how many states we have calculated? 1, 5, 5, 3 and 1. Total becomes 15, right? So this is a long method. Okay, you can find the number of energy states using value of J also, but for calculating it collectively, for arriving at this number, you have to use the previous method. Okay, so 2s plus 1, 12 plus 1. You take the maximum values of L and S, then you get an overall picture that we have 15 energy states. If you go to the previous slide for parallel spin, you will have 9 energy states. If you calculate in that way, then we'll have 2 into 1 plus 1, then that will be 3. 3 into 3 is equal to 9, right? So for parallel spin, how many energy states we had? 1 plus 3 plus 1 is 9. So this is a little concept here as well. So I hope you understood what was Hund's rule and for how we find the ground state term symbol. You know, these are not as simple as finding a term symbol in one go, but then you have to find all the terms. Okay, all these terms have correspond to some energy level, some transition, all are important. But then we need to find which is the lowest energy level, which is the lowest energy. That is the ground state. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this lecture. Thank you.